Hey, you guys, welcome back to Naughty Love Movement. It's your girl, Nikki, and today I'm bringing opportunities for advertisement on my channel. If anyone is interested, they can email us at naughtylove2020@gmail.com. Our prices are affordable and reasonable, and please reach out to us. We can start our videos with any commercials that you would like us to advertise. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out. One. Good morning, Naughty Crew. Welcome back to my channel. Sorry, I gotta clean my camera. Sorry, I'm late. I had some technical difficulties. Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. Thank you all for joining me. Oh, thank God it's Friday. It's been a week. But thank you all. I hope you all having a beautiful start to your day. It's real gray here on the East Coast, okay, from yesterday. All of a sudden, we got this burst of humidity. I'm just like, why is it so hot? It's not good for the perimenopausal girls, okay? I don't like being hot anymore like that. I just don't like sweating, I should say. I don't like being sweaty and sticky and things like that. Or whatever. So, as you all are loading up in the room, please thumbs up the video. Yes, get us in the algorithm. Share my content, leave comments, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. We're on up after 3K subs. Okay, YouTube gonna make me sweat for these last subs. Okay, but yes, I appreciate every last one of you for supporting me. So, please follow us on our different social media platforms. And I have a great lineup, and I have to actually go get my notes because we have a lot to go over. We got Naomi Campbell being exposed. That's another one. Been allowed to terrorize the world with no consequences, okay? Oh, child, we're going to get into it. It is yucky outside. Yeah, Naomi has been allowed to terrorize the world. She's not a good person. I don't care what nobody say. She's popular, yes, but she's just not a good person. I mean, when you look at who she's connected to, Epstein, the diddler, I mean, come on. She knows things. She might be a handler. Who knows? We're going to get into it. Who else I got on the roster? Hold on. When I drop the intro, I got to run and go get my notes. Quavo has to pay. He has to pay like he weighs. Yes. You know, when you assault people, it can cost you in the long run. And we're going to get into DDG and Halle at the Usher concert. Him kind of taking stands. It looks staged to me, but whatever. And who else? Blac Chyna. Blac Chyna has been exposed, child. Now we know the reason for the purity journey. Okay, Chrisean is trying the same formula. Okay, she's playing in our face. I don't believe nothing that come out of that child mouth. We're gonna get into that. She got this new Zeus Network show, whatever. And Cuban is speaking out in regards to the diddler and Hollywood and all the strange things that goes on. And he's gonna tell us how he protects himself. Yeah, it's Blac Chyna, Angela White, whoever you want to call her. Okay, she is an abuser. She's an abuser and a manipulator, just like the rest of Hollywood. And when stuff is about to hit the fan, what do? We change our image. So now we're finding out why. The diddler tried the same thing too. You know, every time he committed a crime, he changed his name. And switched up his image. And the last installment, Brother Love. The mask is off, MB. Yes, the mask is off on Hollywood. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this intro. I gotta go get my notes because it's some things we need to get into, okay? And it looks like Mayor Adams, they are waiting to arraign him. Hold on, let me see. Let me see where they are. I'm like going back and forth with AP. This.
Glad you called. We're gonna walk through this together.
Sorry, it's a commercial. Let me see where they are in the arraignment. Then we'll drop this intro, but thumbs up the video. No, they still haven't come out yet. Okay. All right, thumbs up the video. I'm going to drop this intro, and we will be right back. Here we go. Thank you. Oh, let me say what's up to my people. Hey, Tarshella. Hey, B More Shorty. Hey, MB. Hey, Shay B. And Grown Woman, I think, is in here. Yes. Hey, Grown Woman. Good morning to my naughty crew. Look, I needed my notes, child. I was doing my little homework last night trying to prepare for the show, and I'm like, you know what? It is so much that we need to discuss, me and the naughty crew, okay? In the meantime, I'll be going back and forth on the Associated Press. We are waiting for the New York mayor, Eric Adams, to get arraigned. Oh, I'm so sorry, Grown Woman, but I appreciate your efforts in joining me. Like, seriously. It's a lot. It's a lot. Oh, also, I'm going to get into Melania Trump. You know, Donald Trump, he uses his wife like the diddler, you know, uses women in their freak-offs, and his freak-offs, you know, when all else fails, bring out the wife that we hardly see you with, okay? But she's talking about how she feels about the attempts on his life. Okay? So, up first on the roster, let's get into Blac Chyna. She has been exposed, child. See, whenever you see all these celebrities doing all these good, positive things all of a sudden, I know me, myself, I always go, what are they really trying to cover up, okay? You see it going on with Mary J. Blige right now, okay? There's word on the curve that there's Mary on the tape that's been handed over to the FBI, you know, and she comes out and she announces a new album and a new tour, and now she's working on a movie on Netflix and things like, not Netflix, Lifetime. She's working on a movie on Lifetime, all these great things, like everything but address the rumors, right? So Blac Chyna, she went on this sobriety, purity tour. She removed all the fillers from her body and took out her butt, and she's celebrating each year of her sobriety, which I was just like, what are we gonna do this every year? Like, what's good with this? Like, or whatever. But it's deflection and distraction, right? Because they really know what's about to come. And Blac Chyna's been through the rings, okay? Having her baby daddy, her first baby daddy, Tiger, stolen from her by a minor. Must be quite embarrassing, all right? Then Blac Chyna tried to double dutch her way and got cozy with them Kardashians, right? And then started dealing with Rob as revenge, all right? Now, Rob has made allegations against Chyna in the past, saying that she was abusive and things like that, or whatever. And in all actuality, she never really loved Rob. Rob was just a pawn in her game, so to speak. because she wanted some revenge, right? She wanted revenge. She was PO'd that Tiger had left her for a minor. Thumbs up this video, okay? So let's get into it. Shout out to TMZ for this article. All right, Blac Chyna is now being sued. All is being exposed in Hollywood. Okay, this is just a horrific story. Trigger warning. Right, be more shorty. MJB probably doing another tour because she got to pay the piper. Okay, Shay B said she looks great. Yes, she does. I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her for being sober as well. I hope this isn't true, but you gotta know. Blac Chyna, she's in that realm of Hollywood, okay? She plays the game. Her mom, Tokyo Toni, has been speaking on years of how she sold her soul, okay? So Blac Chyna's ex-boyfriend sues. Rob was right. You're abusive. You know, I remember a scene when Chyna was in the airport and she was high out of her mind. Okay? High out of her mind. Okay, that's the ex-boyfriend. Thumbs up the video. Let's dive into this article, all right? So Blac Chyna unleashed a violent ambush on the ex-boyfriend while he was sleeping in their home, leaving his face a swollen, bloody mess. At least according to a new lawsuit, which also references Rob Kardashian previous claims against her. The reality TV star is being sued by her ex, twin Hector, who claims she would often physically abuse him during their nearly 3-year relationship when they were living together in Los Angeles. Ciao. In the docs obtained by TMZ, twin claims Chyna abuse reached its peak in September of 2021 when she violently attacked him while he was sleeping in their bed. He claims she rained down blows on his face with her closed fists, elbows, and knees, and he says she pinned his arms down with her body weight so he was unable to defend himself. Twin says the alleged attack left him with severe injuries, including gashes to his face and a swollen shut eye. He included a gruesome pic in the suit. After the attack, he claims Chyna called her personal physician to the home to treat him, and she still had his blood on her hands when the physician arrived. Child. Twin claims that Blac Chyna was often abusive during the relationship, claiming it would usually happen when she was drinking or using drugs, and he says she would often try to strangle him and use household objects as weapons, including wires, furniture, cell phones, and kitchen utensils. Child. This is too much. This is too much. Thumbs up the video. Hey, Chantel. So Rob is also referenced in the suit. He says Rob and the other Kardashians testified in court that Blac Chyna has a propensity for verbal abuse and extreme physical violence towards her domestic partners and others, primarily when she consumes alcohol. Well, thank God she is sober. Thank God she is sober. This is not a good look, all right? As we reported, Rob testified in April of 2022 that Blac Chyna beat him at least 5 times during their relationships, alleging she strangled him with a phone cord while she was doing the cocaina and drinking. Rob also testified she held a blicky to his head. In the docs, Twin says Blac Chyna believes she can verbally abuse and physically attack men without repercussion. And he's suing for more than $10 million. Child. I wonder if he went to the cops, though. Twins attorney Kirk Edwards Schneck tells TMZ it is a shocking experience for any man to go through being attacked by a female aggressor in a DV context and knowing they cannot fight back or even defend themselves for fear of being mislabeled falsely the de facto aggressor. Every day in America, men suffer what are often brutal injuries, but many lack the courage to come forward to protect their legal rights. He adds, our client is willing to stand up and seek protection under California DV Protection Act, which applies to all genders. He hopes other non-female victims of DV crimes will feel free to do the same. Ciao. China, China, China. So we reached out to China's camp so far, and they have not had any word back. Ooh, child. She knew this was coming. Just like all of them knew it was coming. It is. I thought I turned it off. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Thought I heard turned it off. Is that better? Please let me know. Sorry about that. So yeah, Blac Chyna is being sued for $10 million. But you know what? My thing is, why didn't you go to the police? This is terrible. Okay, thank you. Sorry. See, I can't hear it when it's playing. So thank you guys for letting me know. China, 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 girl, you got some explaining to do. But I believe that she can be verbally abusive for sure. Judging by the way her and her mom's interaction is and the way Tokyo Tony is, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. You know, Tokyo Tony is always threatening to physically harm people. She did it recently to Carlissa on the Auntie's podcast. And I think she's a product of her environment. Now she's trying to convince us, the world, that she is now Angela White and she has denounced all these evil things and things like that. And it makes me think she was just recently fighting for custody with Tiger, with their son King. And I always thought, like, what was the foundation of that? Like, why did he feel the need to get custody of his child? I mean, ultimately they worked things out amicably. But what do you know? Good morning to you all. Good morning to you all. So yeah, no, this is just tragic. And let me tell you something. DV is never okay. I don't care if it's the female being the offender towards a male, vice versa. DV is never okay in any relationship, period. And if these claims are true, China's going to have to pay the piper. But I'm just saying, this is what they always do when they get caught up, because she knew this was coming. She knew this lawsuit was being filed. Right. If she will do this to her domestic partners, I only can imagine. But from what my understanding is, the kids are with the fathers for the most part. But I believe this lawsuit is the catalyst for her to get sober. I mean, great. You get sober, great. That's always a great thing, but you gotta be accountable for putting hands on people. It's never okay. It's never okay to be abusive towards anyone. People need to learn healthy conflict resolution, and you just cannot put your hands on people. So I wish her the best. I'm interested to see what her response is. She probably won't say anything. Right. I think so too, be more shorty. I think the court order is to have the kids on the weekends only. It looks like Dream is always with Rob or Chloe. Right. So they see what's going on here. They see what's going on. So I don't care how much you try to rehab your image, the truth is going to always come out at the end of the day. Um, but ultimately, I'm glad she got sober. You know, who else is playing in our face? Hey, Juice. Chrisean Rock. Okay, Chrisean Rock is playing in our face. False prophet. Yes, yes, I said it. Now Zeus Network has given this girl her own show. It's supposed to be God driven, but she's the fakest Christian I know. I don't believe not one word that comes out of her mouth. I think she uses religion to extort and manipulate the public. Okay. And I'm not here for it, but her friends are coming out and exposing her everywhere. And I'm just here to present to my naughty crew when you have a fraud. All right. This girl is a fraud as they come. Now she doing all sorts of footage in church and stuff like that. Um where was God when you was laying your hands on James Wright? Where was God when you was laying your hands on Wovicky? It wasn't God. Everybody wants to call me when I'm live, and it's annoying. Even when I put my do not disturb on, the call still come through. So anyway, let's get into it. Chrisean Rock, that's who we were talking about. She's a false prophet. Her whole family, they're liars, they're false prophets, and they're scammers. Not to say that everybody can turn their life over to the Lord and live righteous and things like that. No, this family, they scam and they use God, they use their children as pawns in this game, in the grand scheme of things. All right. Ciao. So some footage leaks of Chrisean praying. This girl don't even know her Bible, to be quite honest. She don't even know her Bible, and she called herself praying for who? Blueface. She's obsessed.
Jonathan Porter. Okay, my other family as well. Yeah. I want to bless Jonathan Porter, Javon, Journey, and Krishan Jesus Porter, and Jaden, and everybody that is attached to whatever and whoever I am, Lord God. And bless his mom, Carlissa. Yes. And the other Jonathan Porter. Um, Bless everybody that's attached to Blue too as well. Yeah. I pray that everybody that's just in the midst of working against each other, we all work together as a family. I pray for WAC. I pray for Miss Kimberly. I pray for Devin and her brother.
Everybody that she couldn't stand, Whack 100, Carlissa. I remember her saying, "Carlissa, go die." She told Carlissa to kick the bucket. This is all fake. She is working. She is trying to build up footage for her show. Right. Right, Tarshella. Who does footage of themselves in church? She tried to put out this whole she's working. She's building up footage for her show. Mind you, she done missed a whole court date already. Child. Everything focused on everything but what she not supposed to, like, all those names she was naming, she's full of it. And I was like, this girl is so fake. You know what I mean? So she's putting up footage of her and Junior in church. Like, girl, bye. It's all fake, and that's my whole point. I've been trying to stay away from talking about her too much, because that's what she needs, the attention. I don't believe not 1 minute of it. But her friend is out here exposing her. What's her name? Shout out to CC Bad BBW. So her friend Anna Mac is spilling the tea from Tasiki and Chrisean Rock. It looks like she mentioned Tasiki in the, Chrisean said that Tasiki violated her. She said people are also saying that she is only doing the prayer show for a PR stunt because tomorrow allegedly she has to show up to court. And that's right. She's doing all of this for the image for the courts. Yeah, mind you, her next court date is for her probation violation. So she's trying to avoid going to jail. This is the reason for all of this. So her friend is exposing her, saying that this is all a PR stunt because tomorrow allegedly she has to show up to court, and that is where they will decide whether she'll serve time or stay on probation. So do y'all think this prayer show is her actually changing, or is it to clean up her image for court? It's to clean up her image for court. That's what this is. People are using their social media um to manipulate the judges, the public. So Krishan's former best friend speech. She said, so quick to spread lies, tell the truth. How you downloaded half a bottle of Hennessy while you was pregnant. Now clear that up. Child, we all know. Because, it's been alleged like Junior is not developing the way normal babies do or whatever. It is due to her alcohol and drug abuse during her pregnancy. So our former friend also says, "Girlie, you do everybody wrong. Even them crash out dummies, Jay and Marsh. Yeah, they not friends no more. Where y'all at now? I told you, Baskethead HOEs, what was going to happen after y'all got y'all ASS beat by Blue multiple times, you idiots. It set y'all up and gave you each $200. Molly the maid as WHORES. The biggest is speaking now. And I'ma go to hell and back behind Tifa. She don't ever deserve the lies you clown spread. Never. And that's what's wrong with a lot of y'all. Y'all are sped. I don't know what that means. She never hung with no ops and she never touched nobody. Stop the BS. You're mad. You lost. Take the L. So she also posted, she said, "Oh, I'm your op because your sister never switched up like you did. And you was mad she been a star and you couldn't stand it. Be for real. I'm tired of the allegations. You wanted to use AJ as the scapegoat so you could try to justify you being a weird ass B, okay? Mind you, y'all filmed Baddies 2 weeks after this. We fell out because you was riding Glorilla's DICK and I checked it. Child, this is a hot mess. But I say that to say this. Chrisean is a fraud. Ain't nothing Christian about her. She's a fraud. She's a fraud, and that's just the bottom line. She's doing this whole God show and everything, trying to save face. Ain't nothing. She's still behind the scenes doing the shenanigans. She's a liar. Yeah, I wish he'd just go away at this point. Krishan, go take Junior to Kennedy Kruger Institute and get him speech therapy. Period. Period. But poor Junior is upon in her game. She uses him to garner sympathy from the public. That's the only reason why she uses him. It's sad. So she's being exposed everywhere, and it's just like, be careful what you wish for. So we'll see what happens. Hey, Grape Tea. Go over to Grape Tea. He on Chrisean neck, child. He on Chrisean neck. Period. All right. So Naomi Campbell is being exposed, Tati. Naomi Campbell is being exposed. And as she should. And I think this is the Illuminati way or the elite's way of taking her behind down because they about sick of her too. But Naomi Campbell has terrorized the world for years with her antics. Here recently, she was at New York Fashion Week, and it was a big deal because Rihanna egged her. Her and Rihanna were rumored to date the same billionaire, and she got mad. But Naomi reminds me of, she's like the Nicki Minaj in the modeling fashion industry. She had beef with Tyra Banks. Remember, she bopped the maid upside of the head and stuff like that. Like, she is nasty. She's nasty, and they let her go on for years. Let me see. Well, now she's being accused of misappropriating funds for a fundraiser for a charity. Yes, the blood diamonds. Right. I mean, she was on Epstein Island. She's definitely on the flight logs. She's always at Diddy's party. If you pull it up, if you Google Naomi Campbell and Diddy, child, ain't no way she shouldn't have known about these freak offs. But they want us to believe that they're the upper echelon and they really have like the dirtiest ways. So she's barred from being a charity trustee. Shout out to Associated Press for this article. All right. So British supermodel Naomi Campbell has been barred from being a charity trustee in England and Wales for 5 years after the poverty charity she founded nearly 2 decades ago was deemed Thursday to have been poorly governed with inadequate financial management. So, following a 3 year investigation into the financial activities of the Fashion for Relief, the Charity Commission, which registers and regulates charities in England and Wales, said it had found multiple instances of misconduct or mismanagement, and that only 8.5% of the charity's overall expenditure went on charitable grants in a 6 year period from 2016. For example, it said that thousands of pounds worth of charity funds were used to pay for a luxury hotel stay in Cannes, France, for Campbell, as well as a spa treatment, room service, and even cigarettes. The regulators sought explanation from the trustees, but said no evidence was provided to back up their explanation that hotel costs were typically covered by donor to the charity, therefore not costing the charity. Child, Naomi was stealing. Campbell, 54, said she was extremely concerned by the findings of the regulator and that the investigation on her part was underway. Let's hear what she has to say. Like, cause what possibly? Why does the charity have to pay for your luxurious hotel stay? You're a billionaire. Like, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. And Mim said it best yesterday. Like, these celebrities, and my friend, she's a celebrity photographer. It is their goal. They just are looking for ways to get out of paying for things. And I think it's disgusting. I think it's disgusting. Because they got all this money. And they claim they're the elite in their echelon. And then they hide behind these charities to cover up their dirty ways. And they use the funding from the charities. And that's why Mayor Eric Adams is under indictment right now, misappropriating funds. And they use the charities as cover ups. Like, why would that charity need to pay for anything for Naomi Campbell? She's rich. Well, here's her response. Shout out to the Jasmine brand.
The findings, and I'm extremely concerned, and we are investigating on our side. As I was not in control of my charity, I put the control in the hands of a legal lawyer, and so we are investigating to find out what and how. As everything I do and every penny I ever raise goes towards charities. I just found out today about.
She's lying. She's lying. And let's not forget, she covers up for all these abusers in the ex trafficking industry. She's connected with Epstein, she's connected with Diddy, and things like that. And I think this is the way the elite is taking her down. I mean, Anna Winters just recently called her out. Rihanna doesn't want to associate with her because she's a mean girl. Let's just call it what it is. Naomi Campbell is a mean girl. She's just like Nicki Minaj. She wants to be the only one. So, Shady Ladies, shout out to Diet Prada. What went down between Naomi and Anna at the Harlem Fashion Row event? Okay, and like Anna Winters, she is the who's of fashion. Okay, you do not want to piss her off. But check what happened.
I'm a very punctual person, and I have the honor of presenting tonight to someone who is often late. I am a very punctual person, and I have the honor of presenting tonight to someone who is often late. I
She's
am
talking about Naomi
a very
Campbell. Here we
punctual
go.
person.
Here's Naomi.
Everything to work out the way it's going to work out. It wasn't my choice to have the other one. I'm not glad I have this. I have to treat my truth. I've always been on purpose of being truthful, right? So why should I change it now? Listen, everything.
Okay. Yeah, and then Anna, she ultimately ended up leaving that Harlem fashion event early, okay? And then we had first, like, it's nothing but problems when it comes to Naomi Campbell. Then you had Rihanna egging her, basically. We call it ignoring, but egging her basically, clearly. She's a mean girl. She's a mean girl. And then her and her fashion friend went on to troll. Like, Naomi, it's time to pay the piper. And you were using funds to fund your lifestyle instead of actually um executing what the charity was there for. Right. Thank you, MB. Always been a mean, spiteful, not interested in lifting others up. She's an angry, angry person. So that's Naomi Campbell. She's exposed. She's exposed. And for her making those snarky remarks um about Anna, I wouldn't be surprised if she she pulled some strings to have her exposed about this charity. That's how the elites do you. Okay. Everybody keep your eye on that arraignment for Eric Adams. All right. All right. Quavo is up next on the docket. Now Quavo was involved with an assault. And now he has to pay like he weighs. Yes. Oh, I did watch the TMZ, the downfall of Diddy, the indictment. I think TMZ is in competition with 50 Cent. And I feel like that's why they jumped on the bandwagon so early, and it's gonna be all these installments and things like that or whatever. My favorite part of the show, I love Nancy Grace and her spin on it. She's like, he's guilty. Lock him up. Throw away the key. Oh, the Versace era spoiled her. Yeah. I love Versace. So shout out to Hollywood Gone Lock. We're gonna get into Quavo. Quavo ordered to pay nearly $700,000 to former hotel employee for slapping him in 2018. People, you need to learn to keep your hands to
On 8,
yourself.
closing arguments in the civil trial, the rapper Quavo, accused of starting this fight at the Wynn and injuring a valet emotionally and physically. We thank you for staying with us here at 6:30. I'm Denise Valdez.
And I'm Brian Loftus. The rapper and his lawyers say the valet is trying to hit what they call the hip hop lotto. 8 News Now investigator Kyle Payne, the only reporter following this case, has the story now from the Regional Justice Center.
Lawyers spent all day arguing in front of a Clark County jury Tuesday, ending weeks of testimony and trial, all boiling down to one major question. How much money is one slap worth?
6 years now since this has happened, and the defendants have refused to take this seriously, have refused to accept accountability for their actions or understand or care for what Antonio has suffered through.
The attorney for then
Only on 8, closing.
Wynn employee Antonio Henry, slapped by the rapper Quavo back in 2018 in video first obtained by the 8 News Now investigators. Quavo, on the stand earlier in trial, admits to what the video shows, that he slapped Henry. But Quavo argues he didn't hurt him or even intend to, and the slap is just a slap.
A slap, ladies and gentlemen, is not something that is beyond the tolerance of a civilized society.
This scuffle, though, was anything but civilized. And while Henry's lawyers say he was a broken man, both physically and emotionally afterward, and to this day, the major arguments, as they often do, came down to cash. In this case, Henry is looking for $800,000. And Wynn employee Antonio Henry, slapped by the rapper Quavo back in 2018 in video first obtained by the 8 News Now investigators. Quavo, on the stand earlier in trial, admits to what the video shows, that he slapped Henry. But Quavo argues he didn't hurt him or even.
Well, that slap gonna cost you a good penny. 700,000 big ones. Keep your hands to yourself. That's right, James. Keep your hands. What is your security for? Right, and B, why would you slap? Hey, great team. Yes, so that slap is going to cost him dearly. I mean, I'm sure he's going to try to appeal, but a jury has ordered Migos rapper Quavo to pay nearly 700,000 to a former employee of the Las Vegas Strip Hotel after an incident that was caught on camera in 2018. And the fact that it was on camera, you're an idiot. Where he slapped the employee. So Antonio Henry, he's claiming that Quavo caused him both physical and emotional harm. After the trial lasted several weeks, the jury found in favor of Henry and ruled that the rapper must pay him 682,000 in compensatory and punitive damages. Child. So Quavo's attorney stated that Henry was not actually harmed by the rapper and suggested that Henry is merely seeking what he referred. Let me tell you something. When you get to a certain stature, you have to elevate. You have to elevate. And this is what security is for. It's ridiculous. And now he's going to have to pay big. Now he and look, last time I checked, the Migos, they ain't really popping like that. They not really popping like that. Him and Offset on the outs, they not really popping. But keep your hands to yourself, bottom line, because you're going to have to pay. Period. Chrisean going to have to pay too. Because she getting a whole bunch of civil lawsuits. That's why she needed the Zeus show. But she will not, Zeus will not get none of my dollars. Mm-mm. Pay up. It's time to pay the piper. It's time to pay the piper, Quavo. All you creeps and all you SAers out there and all you abusers, you learn to keep your hands to yourself. Talk to you later, be more shorty. All right, up next we got Sylvester Kelly defending the diddler. Yeah. R. Kelly defends Diddy from the slammer. I don't believe none of this ish. We are being hunted. And I say birds of a feather flock together and make room for your new Sally mofo. Okay? So get into this. It looks like R. Kelly is defending his old friend. hmm Did he admit his allegations of ex trafficking and racketeering? Radar Online exclusively spoke with the disgraced singer, who ironically was convicted of the same charges Diddy is currently facing. And he did not hold back, calling the arrest of Diddy a federal conspiracy, even though they got it all on tape. Mhm. I don't believe none of this ish. You could tell me about Puffy. You could tell me about anybody. R. Kelly said, according to Radar Online. You could tell me on the news that whether the sky is blue, and I'm not going to believe it because I'm in it now, and I know what they did. So R. Kelly then began to say that he and other celebrities are being hunted, and Diddy was targeted by the feds because he was flagrant with his wealth and power. Kelly also calls out people who joke about Diddy as if they won't be next. So they quote, "This is crazy. Monks out here laughing and making comedian jokes and doing all the others on the radios and everything else. But they it could, well, y'all know R. Kelly illiterate, right? I can't. I can't. I can't. Sylvester, go sit down and do your time and be quiet. I'm so tired of them giving these inmates platforms. I'm really sick of. I thought when you go to prison, you're supposed to be cut off. You know, Suge Knight is out here. He got whole podcasts. This man tried to delete someone with his vehicle. But Suge is singing like a canary child. He is dropping all the deets, okay? And what kills me is they want to act oblivious, like they're so innocent. When, like, it's just like, take your consequences on the chin and just go sit down. Like, R. Kelly, make room for your new bunkie, okay? But the other inmate, Suge Knight, is out here telling us about the rituals. Let's hear what he gotta say, child. Shout out to Baller Alert. So Suge Knight drops shocking details about the Hollywood hazing rituals in jail call with Chris Como. This is my problem with this. Y'all knew this was going on. Y'all know people was getting violated, and y'all sat back and stayed silent. You did not protect the victims because it was more important for y'all to obtain all of this wealth and power and control over people. And now you want to spill the beans, child?
They had these guys, they call it the ball egg test. They could take a ball egg, a raw ball egg. They had those guys put their pants down and bend over and they stick it up their ass. The eggs break. They say they're not ready yet. They ain't put enough work in. This is Hollywood. So everybody want to go act like they don't know what's going on.
Hold on a second.
Sure. You just look. Sure. You gotta do.
I have never heard of anything like that. So if I haven't heard about it, just assume a lot of people haven't heard that before. But you think it's on video?
Let's stop for a second.
Go ahead, sure.
All right, so you knew all this stuff was going on, and nobody had anything to say. Nobody had it. Now everybody want to speak out loud about it. And I just think the industry is full of cowards. And the problem is, see, as long as they can profit off of you, the elites, and they have use for you, you're all good. And see, Diddy, the major thing is, instead of taking his billions and going in his corner and be quiet, he started getting arrogant and egotistical. Like, it's crazy. Ultimately, he is the reason for his demise. Period. hmm because he was doing shit like this.
So tonight, it's going to be a special night. Oh. Everybody's so serious, but we're about to become club love.
And that's why you got a cease and assist. Okay. That's why you got a cease and assist, sir. All right. And speaking of billionaires, let's get into Mark Cuban. And he talks about how he protects himself. He also talked about Donald Trump. He sat down with Shay Shay. Here we go. Mark Cuban. He spoke on a couple of things. Sorry, guys. I just want to start off with the right one. Oh, and y'all was right. Costo came for Diddy's lawyer. Hmm. For mentioning their name. Like, we don't want to be associated with this. Mm-mm. Please thumbs up the video. Mm. I'm saying saving. It's okay. All right, let's get into Mark Cuban because he had some really, really interesting points when he sat down for the interview. And I was like, oh, and he was like, that's why I keep things simple. This is his thoughts on Donald Trump.
Is a threat. You don't think this is the most important election. I do. I just don't. I've known him for 25 years. I don't trust him, right? I don't think he's moral. I don't think he's ethical. I've seen him rip people off. I don't believe pretty much anything he says. And so to me, I've been trying to support Kamala. What are your thoughts on DEI? DEI, I like it. I think it's good for business, right? Um, you know, I think a lot of people try to misrepresent what it is, but to me, diversity means, good business. Look for people where other people aren't looking, right? Not all companies recruit at HBCUs, right? Correct. Not all companies recruit, at different schools where there's a large Indian population or where there's a large LGBTQ populations. And so, I want, like any other business element, I want to look where other people aren't because that's where you find smart people. And then once you find those smart people, that they got to be qualified. You're not hiring them if they're not qualified, right? But just some people think like, okay, I hired someone who's Black or LGBTQ or Hispanic, well, they must not be qualified. No, you're not going to hire them unless they're qualified, right? So the DEI doesn't mean hiring less qualified people. It just means finding people that are more diverse. Yeah, they happen to be diverse, right? You're looking at other people. Yes. Right? Because you can be as diverse as you want. You can be LGBTQ, trans, Black, and Hispanic, but if you're not qualified, you're not getting hired, right? Right. That doesn't do you any good, right? But I want to go where other people aren't looking. And then once you hire them, the E is equity, right? It means I'm going to put you in a position to succeed. I hired your ass, right? Of course, I'm going to try to put you in a position. Yeah, yeah. And then the I, what we're talking about is just, I'm going to let you be you, right? And so being inclusive means if you're LGBTQ, if you're trans, I don't give a fuck as long as you're good, right? You do the job. I don't care, right? You can be a lumberjack. I don't care, right? You can walk around singing a lumberjack song. I don't care, right? But I want to make sure people in the workplace and the organization respect that. Yes. Right? If you're a boy and you want to call yourself Sue, I don't care, right? People are going to call you Sue. And some people, they use it as an excuse if they don't get a job. Right. Right? Oh, it must be DEI. But No, I mean, and you qualify for the either you're qualified or you're not, right? And once you get there, just because you were hired and you're diverse, doesn't mean you're getting a promotion. Right. Doesn't mean you're getting the next job. And to me, that's what DEI is, and that's why I've been a big supporter.
Nice. All right. So he definitely is not supporting Trump. All right. He also was very vocal about his support for he's falling on some hard times, and you've done Delonte West. So let's hear what his thoughts are on this. Shout out to the Shade Room for this one. Yes, he's falling on some hard times, and you've done several times. You've reached out and tried to help. How hard is it to see someone that played for you struggle um, with mental health illness?
Brutal, right? Because I thought we had him. I thought we had him turned around. You know, we sent him down to Jason's place down in Florida, and it's like a farm, Jason Williams, and you know, he's like, he's making progress, sending pictures. Dante's emailing me, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're getting this. Then Dante throws over the fence, disappears. We'll bring him back again, making progress. This is it. Same. All right, so former NBA player Delonte West is reportedly released from jail after being arrested on multiple charges. You know, I just think he's just like a really humane person, and he has a lot of understanding from mental illness and different point of views, and I think he's really pretty down to earth. For those of you who don't know, Mark Cuban, he's the owner of the Mavericks. Um, I really liked what he said about the diddler, and I wish I could find it, and I must have just didn't save it. But y'all let me know what y'all thoughts are on his support for Donald Trump and how he feels about um, inclusion, diversity, and inclusion. That's yeah, that's how we'll say that. It's crazy. Did y'all hear Pink is trying to denounce that she deleted her Twitter in regards to the diddler? Whatever you say, whatever you want us to believe, Pink. Whatever. You just like Kirk Frost and hey, Bright Eyes, and Rashida trying to convince us they so in love. We don't care though. We don't care. Just like Cardi B and Offset, we don't care. Like, take us out of the group chat. We don't care. Take it offline. We tired of y'all relationship issues. Let me see. Here it is. Mark Cuban has an interesting reaction when it comes to Diddy's name. Here we go.
Diddy stuff going on, man. What do you?
I'm so glad that I didn't hang out with him, right?
You never got into. You never were in his.
I met him, right, but never
Yeah.
went out, right? And actually, back in 2003, he reached out to me to the Mavs and wanted to design a uniform for us. And I never met him. We did it all via email. And so he had some of his designers get in touch with me, and they put together some, and it was a cool looking uniform, right?
Yeah.
We used it for a couple of years, but that was the extent of my connection to Diddy. I never hung out or did anything. And you know, I hung out enough in LA, but I never really heard stories about the parties or anything like that. That
Yeah.
wasn't my scene.
Yeah, that's kind of yeah. I would just hear stuff sometimes, like I would hear certain things, but it was never anything like, "Oh, this is exactly what's going on."
Right.
You know?
I mean,
You
if
just
you
heard
think
inklings
somebody
of
would
stuff.
say something, how do you keep that
That's what
quiet
I
for
did.
so long? You know, all those videos. It's not like people didn't like. I don't care if you take people's phones, right? Someone's sneaking in the phone.
Yeah.
Shit like that's happening.
Yeah, it's amazing that if they say all the things are true, that he was able to just do that for so long. You know, what is a level like? Is it scary when people get to a level of wealth that they can kind of have anything? Like, what is some of that?
See, I don't look at it that way,
And
right?
I'm not saying you do
No,
either.
no, I hear
But I'm
you.
just
I hear you.
curious about
Yeah,
it.
like what are the options, right?
Right.
Yeah, like if you're rich as fuck, what can you do and get
Yeah.
away with, right? Um,
And I thought this was interesting, his response. And I think Diddy should have followed this formula. Thumbs up the video. Yes, here we go. This is Mark Cuban's take on Diddy. All right. And shout out to Vigilant News Network for this clip.
I don't hang out with people like that, right? I always looked at it that like my high school buddies are still my high school buddies, right? Like the guys, my rugby teammates in Indiana, my Indiana buddies, those are my friends. The guys, I lived 6 guys in a 3-bedroom apartment when I moved to Dallas. Those are my friends, right?
Right.
So it's not like, okay, I'm getting the butlers, I'm getting the chauffeur, and look at me, right? And I came
Yeah.
by myself. I don't give a shit about that
Yeah,
stuff.
no, you seem, yeah. I was kind of wondering. I was like, how will he show up? Will a stork drop him off?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like, how's he
Yeah,
gonna?
but that doesn't mean it hasn't crossed my mind, right?
Yeah.
It's just like I, you have to be in order to do shit like Diddy or anybody like that. You have to be so paranoid, right? You have to try to think of every base to cover,
Oh,
right? And now part of me wishes I'd done because there's too many pictures of me out drunk with my friends and shit like that, right?
yeah.
But I just don't like to live paranoid, right? I mean, I love having a lot of money. It's a whole lot better to be rich than it is to be broke. But I was happy when I was poor. I just was happier when I was rich. And so I don't get that whole thing of, you know, like just be protective and like play the rich game, right? That's just not my style.
Yeah.
I love it. Simple is always better. Simple is always better. And that's where,
No non-consensual freak-off parties where
sorry, guys. See, that's the problem. Like, our people, they get money and they got to have all these lavish things, right? Instead of just being simple. Like, Mark Cuban had a simple black t shirt, plain pair of jeans, and stuff like that. I know a lot of people that are rich and you can't tell. They're gonna walk around like the everyday Joe Smo and keep things simple, right? That's how they hold on to their money and that's how they keep the attention off of them. That's what I'm saying. Like, once Diddy got that billionaire status, he didn't know how to shut the fuck up. It had to still be all about him. So I just thought that was an interesting take coming from Mark Cuban, who is a rich man. You know what I mean? So simple's already always better. But did he always had to have these big lavish parties? He always had to have all the attention on him. He's always operated that way. And that's what I believe the reason why he is going down to this day. Now on the tail end of that, now a sex worker has now handed over a tape to the FBI with the freak offs. Mm, mm, mm. But people have been talking about this for years. Exhibit, Eminem, Lil Wayne. Everybody's been talking about this for years. And he's been allowed to operate. He's been allowed to function. Here it is. Shout out to TMZ for this article. Diddy's SEX worker turns over alleged Diddy freak off tape. Ciao. So one of Sean Diddy Combs' alleged encounters with the SEX worker was videotaped, and the tape is now in the hands of the federal prosecutors, TMZ has learned. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ that the male sex worker met with the feds Wednesday in New York City and signed a proffer agreement, which allows him to speak to federal investigators without fear of prosecution. This is the same type of agreement that Keefe D had. We're told the conversation revolved around Diddy, with the man explaining how he got in touch with an escort to engage in a freak off involving himself, Diddy, and a woman. As we reported, prosecutors have said the freak offs instances of group sex are the center of their criminal case against Combs. Our sources say the man also dished on what type of drugs Diddy allegedly liked to use during the SEX sessions, as well as details about one specific encounter he claimed was caught on tape. Our sources say the threesome went down in May of 2023. So this was a recent encounter when an SEX worker claims he flew from Atlanta to Miami to meet up with Diddy and the woman. And he ended up having intercourse with her while Diddy filmed the encounter. So I believe this is the same worker that called into Tasha K. So we're told that the ex worker had had a copy of the video from the alleged encounter and turned it over to the agents who met with him. What's interesting about the ex-worker's account is it lines up with the Diddy's attorney, Mark. I can't stand his last name. Diddy's attorney told us about the free calls. We spoke with him for the new TMZ Studio documentary, The Downfall of Diddy, The Indictment. And we got into this the other day. And I saw the Tubi. I mean, they didn't say anything we all didn't know in that Tubi docuseries. Yeah, it only take one for one witness. It really do. It really, really do. It really do. I got so much more. Oh, let me tell you. Oh. Let's see how Holly and DDG, her baby daddy, are playing in our faces. Now they recently were spotted at an Usher concert. I think this was staged. Oh, it's live now? Okay, here we go. This is for Eric Adams' arraignment. Thumbs up the video. Yes, thank you so much, grown woman. And we want to get out of here because all this other stuff is whatever. I don't see anybody. They outside the courthouse. I don't see anybody yet. Oh, they setting up. It's okay. We'll keep checking. I'll check back before I end the show so we can catch it. Yeah, so Halle Bailey and DDG were at an Usher concert. And Usher tried to, I don't know, he tried to Kiki Palmer her, and DDG was not here for it. Here we go. And he took it away from her. And DDG took it like, not my girl. Not my girl. Oh, he tried to give her a cherry. Usher tried to feed her a cherry, and DDG grabbed the cherry, was like, not my girl. Not over here. And congratulations to Eve. Shout out to the Shade Room. Eve reportedly sells her publishing rights of her catalog in a multi-million-dollar deal. Go, Eve, go. And I still have to get her book. I still have to get her book. But yes, Eve is in her winning season. So according to Enterprise and Iconoclast, a music management company, announced that it has reportedly acquired the publishing rights of the Grammy winners' music catalog. So sources told the outlet that the deal is between 25 million and 50 million. Go Eve, go Eve, go. Congratulations to her. You know, she thinks like a billionaire now. So congratulations to Eve. I want to get her book. She got some dope music. She definitely got some dope music. I here's Melania's take on President Trump. attempt on his life, child. Shout out to the neighborhood talks.
Another attempt on your husband's life at your golf course. Where were you and what was your reaction to this attempt? I was in New York City actually, and I saw it on the television, and as soon as I saw it on television, I called again, and he was okay because Secret Service were great. The guys that they were with him, they were fantastic, and I think both of the events they were really miracles. If you really think about it, the July 13 was a miracle, like that much, and he could, he could not be with us. And he normally doesn't call for that one screen. He waits till the end of the speech. So just looking at that screen allowed him to turn his head. I think something was watching over him. I think it's almost like country really needs him.
I don't know about all of that. Maybe you and your son need him, Melania, but the country does not need him. You know, we don't want anybody to be
Later,
in
there's
harm's
another
way over here, Um I don't even know that she loves Trump. I think she's just there as a placeholder. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know why Melania is still with him. I don't know. Maybe it's their son. Who knows? But in the meantime, in the between time, Trump best friend, former lawyer Rudolph Giuliani, this famous picture, has been permanently disbarred in Washington, D.C. over attempts to overturn the 2020 election. Ciao. Shout out to Baller Alert for this. So, Rudy Giuliani is permanently disbarred in Washington, D.C. over attempts to overturn the 2020 election. I kind of think he knew this was going to happen, but he didn't care because he wasn't practicing anymore anyway after that. Like, he's retired. This is what he gets. So, Rudy Giuliani says he felt like he got shot after a man slapped him on his back in a Staten Island grocery store. He used to be the mayor. So he's been disbarred from practicing law in Washington, D.C. This is decision delivered through a one-page order from the U.S. Capitol Courts of Appeal marks the latest fallout from the attempts to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election in favor of Donald Trump. The ruling follows a similar disbarment order issued in New York, Giuliani's home state. Yeah, Mr. Stop and Frisk. How it feel? Back in July. However, unlike the New York ruling, which directly addressed Giuliani's role in spreading false claims about the election, the D.C. court's decision was primarily due to his failure to respond to requests to justify why he should not face the same penalty as he did in New York. So the court ordered that Rudolph W. Giuliani is hereby disbarred from the practice of law in the District of Columbia, retroactive to August 9th of 2021. The ruling essentially made his suspension, which has been in place since 2021, permanent. That's what he get. That's what he get for riding or dying for his best friend. Mm-hmm. Right. You talking about Melania. She got her family here, so that's why she just gonna let Trump. They probably don't even stay in the same houses. She was in New York, he be in Florida. Melania don't care about him. Melania don't care. Let me check the Associated Press one more time to see if they up. I wonder what's happening. He's probably trying to like do all type of jump through hoops to not be arraigned. That's what I think is happening. But you got to go with your friend Bishop Whitehead. Right, grown woman. This bar him from every state. That's all I have for you guys. Okay. Let me know what y'all think in the comments about Naomi Campbell. I feel like this is the elite way of taking her out of power. Because she has been a handler for years in the industry. Okay. With Epstein and the Diddler. All right. Let me know what you think about Mark Cuban's thoughts on the diddler and being a rich man. Let me know what you think about Melania Trump. Let me know what you think about Quavo having to pay $700,000 for not keeping his hands to himself. Yeah, he's trying to delay grown woman. That's what I think is happening because he's a narcissist, just like Bishop Whitehead and all of them. He's a narcissist. Oh, and let me know what your thoughts are on Blac Chyna being exposed for DV. And please, please do not fall for the scam that Chrisean is pulling. Like she's so pure and righteous all of a sudden. She is scamming and lying, using that poor baby. Let me remind you, she drank and smoked while she was pregnant. She failed to get Junior the proper medical care because she was too busy running behind Blueface. She cared more about Blueface than anything else. She's still trying to lie to us and say that Blueface is that baby dad, even though he's not on the birth certificate. I'm over it. Don't believe the lies. It is all lies, Naughty Crew. So that she could try to get favor of the in the judge's honor, but she disparaged the judge and said that they were racist and they were out to get her. Even though she was on the run, she made the decision to be a menace to the society, to lay hands on all these different people, and it's time for you to pay the consequences. I don't care what kind of purity walk or journey you're on. At the end of the day, you have consequences. You are not above the law. Yeah, put them in the cell with Whitehead. They was scamming together. Child. And this is why people wonder where like your taxpayer money goes when you see roads messed up and stuff like that. It's people like Mayor Adams and the Bishop Whiteheads and the Dittlers. They use your funds to live in a lap of luxury. And your Naomi Campbells, they use our money to live in a lap of luxury. So I'll keep my eye out for the arraignment, not the crew. I'll make a separate video for that. I appreciate every last one of you joining me. Thank you for helping me through this struggle stream because I'm tired today. Like I was about to like push it out to later, but I was like, let me just get on here and get it over with because I just have a full day ahead of me. So I appreciate every last one of you joining me. I hope you all have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed day and get y'all some rest. Enjoy your families this weekend and stuff like that. And I'm going to take a break this weekend because this diddler stuff, it's draining. It really is mentally draining. So I love you all. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time, Naughty Crew, I'm out. One.